जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे राम राम राम। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण। हरे गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरे गौर हरि बोल। कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं, श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. Last year I had spoken in Hinjawadi 2 sessions each, almost like 1.5 to 2 hours. We had a discussion on should we depend on the Lord or take the ropes of our life in our hands. So that would be a very exhaustive treatment of the topic. But here I am planning to speak it in 1 hour. So therefore, I will put up a notes which will be the combination of the part 1 and 2. Krishna willing, we will finish in 1 hour. You're able to see the notes? Is it big enough or you want more bigger? Big enough? So why am I putting it like this? Because then it will be easy for you to remember the points. Many important considerations on this topic. Should we make plans or depend on Krishna? Because there is always a debate between human effort and divine will. People say simply if you're chanting and dancing, don't think everything will fall from the sky. You have to work hard, some people say. And there are others who say no matter how much you work hard, ultimately unless God sanctions, not even a blade of grass can move. That's another version. So which one out of the two is true? Which side we should take? So it will become very clear for us today. You see, here are the two conflicting perspectives which I told. I have given 2 examples for this. You see, Draupadi, you all must have heard that first, when she was about to be disrobed in the public, she turned to her 5 husbands, but they were all putting their head down and not taking any action. Then she turned around to the Kuru elders like Dhritarashtra, Bhishma, there was Drona, and there was Vidura, and all of them. None of them took any action. Then she understood neither her husband nor the Kuru elders are taking any action. Then she thought that now that there is no one to immediately help me, I should take care of my own self. Let me become self-reliant. So with her own hands, she tried to protect herself. But that fellow was a formidable fellow. Who? Dushasana. He had like thousands of elephants. Strength he had. So then she thought, my hands won't be sufficient. So she was biting the sari with her teeth. But that was also not sufficient. When she realized that she will not be able to make it, her chastity will be insulted in the public, not able to depend on anybody, at last she could only think of Krishna. Hey Krishna, hey Govinda, hey Gopi Janavalabha, hey Dwarkavasin. Like that she called. Huh? So, oh protector of the gopis, oh king of Dwaraka, oh Krishna who is friend of the poor. Like that she called out his names very fervently and desperately with both her arms raised. What is the meaning of both the raising of the arms? Sometimes people ask, why you guys while going in the road do not take your hand like this and dance? One fellow was teasing. I said, don't you do this when you go to airport? I said, you've seen in the airport people do that? Everybody has to do that. You can't say, I won't lift my hand. You're supposed to show that I'm not carrying anything with me. So you are supposed to go with empty hands. Sometimes they don't allow you to wear chappal also. Shoe also you have to put it. Correct? Huh? Make sure you don't carry anything under the shoe. Correct? Huh? Inside the shoe or something. So they check your pocket. Every part of your dress also they check. So you are actually surrendering and saying that I'm not carrying anything, no baggages with me, no attachments for me. I'm free from all attachments. Only then you'll be allowed. Go ahead, correct? No? In the same manner, sometimes the police caught a murderer or somebody, the police will show the gun. Immediately the fellow raises the hand. And he goes behind, and another police will come and catch him by the shoulder. At the gunpoint, they will arrest him, correct? No? They do that. So, raising the hand means it's hands up when the police says. That means surrender. If you surrender, we will not shoot you. If you try to protest, even against the police, or you shoot the police or shoot the commandos, then they will shoot you down. Just like what happened to Osama bin Laden, correct? No? Uh, He was hiding himself, but then when the police captured the place and zoomed on the place, he and his men were trying to attack back, isn't it? Then the police will finish the person. Even those three terrorists also who put that 26 yatriks were killed, no? Shot. What is that place? Pahalgam. Huh? Pahalgam. Those fellows are hiding in the forest. So the police knew that somebody has to take them food. Correct, no? So therefore they were completely besieging him from all sides. Mm. At one point of time when they zoomed in, they were trying to attack back and the police shot them. Finished them. So one has to surrender if one wants to save one's life. Even in the material world, we can see that. So Gaur Nitai also, they raise the arms and they teach us how to surrender without any reservations. There is Draupadi or Gaur Nitai. So that talks about total surrender. My body, my mind, my words, everything belongs to you, my Lord. Now you can do whatever you want with me. Like Srimati Radharani says, Ashlishyava padaratam vinashtumam adarshanan marmahatam kurutu. That type of complete Atma Nivedana. Like Bali Maharaj surrendered everything to the Lord. So that is total dependence. That's what Draupadi did. So by that, what she proved to the world is human effort is insufficient for protecting oneself. That is one lesson we learn from that. And on the other hand, there is another story you must have heard. Once a man was walking on the road, and there was an elephant coming, and the mouth sitting on the top of the elephant. He shouted, "Hey, move aside! Don't stand in the middle of the road." The man thought, I am in the middle of the road, no problem. If God wants to protect me, He'll protect me. And then the elephant came, took him by the trunk, and threw him to the side. And that fellow broke his hands and legs and was screaming. He said, "What is this? God didn't protect me. I depended on God, and God didn't protect me," he said. So the answer given to him was, mouth told him, "Are fool? God actually spoke through me to you. You did not take God's indication seriously. Hmm? So God makes provision, arrangement for us to be saved. God helps those who help themselves." So this is another view. That means we should take personal responsibility also. There should be a human effort and divine intervention, both. So divine support will come, but human should not throw everything to God and be lethargic. Hmm. So now these two views are spoken by many people many times. Let us talk about a balance, you see. Now, how much effort we should make? Huh? Little effort should we make, or we should make more effort? And what about, can we expect the outcome, or should we be detached? So, in the same manner, there is another big talk about livelihood. Should we depend on God for our livelihood, or should we work hard and make money and make our savings instead of depending on God? Correct? No? So these are very important topics. In Bhagavad Gita, you find Arjuna was told by Krishna that you should fight, do your duty. And you remember me. What's that famous verse? You know that? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanasmara yudhyacha. He said, remembering me, you fight the battle. And it's a two-way process. See, human makes the effort and God provides the results. There are two verses. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. This is 2.48. 2.47 is famous one. Karmanyevadhikaraste mapaleshu kadachana. So Krishna says, yes, you should do your duty, but you should be detached from the results. He says, why you should be detached from the results? Because results are not in your hands. But ability to do duty, that is in your hands. He says. And in case somebody says, no, I will do duty, but I'll be attached to my result also. What is the result of that? The result of attachment to results is very great frustration. There was one Raja Raman in America. He did his UCLA MBA. He did his chartered accountancy in UCLA. He became a billionaire in his life. He was from South India. Became a billionaire. At one point of time, when the recession came, the market came crashing down. So from being a billionaire, he didn't become a beggar. He became a middle class man, average man, like anybody else. And that was too much for him to take. What will society talk about me? I had such a huge bungalow and cars and so many people working under me. For someone to come from that level to average level, he thought society will mock at me, ridicule me. And again, for me to climb up the ladder and go up, it may take me a couple of decades. So he was thinking, how will I show my face to anybody? That was actually due to his own imagination of his image, self image. So 1 week his house was like sealed. Nobody was coming in or going out. The neighborhood people informed the police, and the police found later on he shot his two daughters and one son, and shot his wife also, and shot himself also. It came in 2007 or 8. It came. You must have read about it, Raja Raman. So this is due to his attachment to the results. You see, a man who committed, this is the one, due to attachment of results of our own plans. He thought, now that I become billionaire, I will always be like this. He was thinking, correct? Huh? See, you can do your duty, but you should not be attached to result. Same with academics also. If any of you are studying, but you're attached to a particular type of result you are expecting, you know, that is going to frustrate you. huh? Mm. Like for example, one time, one boy was expecting a centum in one mathematics paper. So he got only 39 marks. And another friend of his got 93 marks. And that fellow was surprised because that fellow said he only wrote for 45 marks. How he can get 93? It was actually out of 45, he got only 39, but somehow computer mistake. Computer gave the boy who got 93, it gave him 39. Another boy who got 39, it gave him 93. Some computer mistake was there. So this 39 wala boy came to me and said, hey, just see, 45 marks I wrote, I got 93. And I said, hey, go and tell the teacher. I said, hey, no. Shh, keep it secret, don't tell anybody. Because once the truth comes out, then they will again put my marks as 39. Other fellow was crying. He came to me also. I said, okay, give for reval, correct, no? Re-evaluation you can do and do that. So he said, what if I don't get in reval also? What will happen? I am good for nothing. I expected centum and I am getting such poor marks. And so I encouraged him. Of course, he gave for reval. It came back. Within a month, he got 93. Marks came back proper. So the idea is, you cannot undergo any depression or anything because ultimately the results you can always try. Like I told this boy to try for reval, so he tried. Correct, no? That is in our hands or not? Yeah, whatever is in our hands, we can do. Say, for example, somebody flicked your pocket, pickpocket, and you had kept 10,000 rupees in your pocket. for buying something in the market. The market you went and saw, purse is not there. Somebody has flipped it. So how many of you will feel very bad? How many of you will feel? Okay, let us say how many of you will feel this much bad? How many will feel this much bad? Let us see. This much, how much you will feel? This much, how many of you will feel? Oh, most of you. Yeah. See, this much feeling bad is not very good. I'll tell you why. Because can you get that money back now? Maybe you can inform the police. So what Shastras say you should think? You should think that maybe somebody else's money came into my pocket in the previous life, 10,000. And that money only has been taken away now. It's a fact actually. This karmic equation works very powerfully. Uh, Somehow or other, by hook or crook, you got somebody else's money in your pocket, 10,000. That's not your money which went off now. Uh, You can definitely go to police station, submit a petition that, sir, I lost the money first in this particular marketplace. This is my, what all things are inside. After that, be detached or be attached? Huh? Be detached. As if the money is not going to come. If the money comes, you're going to be happy. If the money didn't come, I should be. So, what all things I can derive from this episode? I will be more careful while carrying money to market next time. And then the money which I lost is not my money. It's not meant for me. If it is meant for me, Krishna would have protected it. Huh? It's not meant for me. So maybe I did something in the past. Some corruption was there on my account. Now, because of that, money has been taken away from me. So, not a problem. And just like Sanatana Goswami had 8 gold coins. So when he looked at the innkeeper, he was speaking very sweetly to him. Sanatana was very shrewd and intelligent. He was a minister, no? He thought, why this man is so kind to me? He thought maybe something fishy. So he asked his assistant, Ishan, hey, do you have any gold coins with you? He said, I have 7 coins. He said, put it on the table. He put it on the table. He told the innkeeper, keep it with you. And the innkeeper was surprised. How did he know my mind? I actually wanted these coins. In fact, today night I was planning to murder you and take the coins. Now that you have given me, I will not do any harm to you. So then Sanatan looked at Ishan. In his face also he saw some indication that some signs he could see. Hey, are you carrying any more money? Ishan just showed up. Only one more coin I have for myself. He said, you go home. He said, you are not fit to travel with me. Because you are attached to this gold coin. You don't know it will claim your life itself. Some robbers will cut your throat and take this money. Why are you carrying a death knell with you? He told him. Go away. So he sent him away. So imagine if somebody took 10,000 rupees from your pocket in the night when you are sleeping, but they didn't kill you. How many of you will be happy? Correct, na? Yeah. Why you are happy? Not because you lost the money, because life is saved. Okay, let him steal the money, but not kill me. Correct, na? So now the same point I told you. Earlier when I asked you when you lost 10,000, how many of you will be so sad? I said you said this much, correct? Now in case that fellow didn't stab you but took the money and went away, now you'll be happy. Correct, no? Even though you lost the money. That's why it all depends on our attachment. So in Gita, Lord Krishna teaches us, whatever is in your hands, do it. Whatever is beyond you, don't be attached, he says. Develop, make your effort, but cultivate detachment, he says. And regarding this livelihood, it's a very big subject, very important subject. You see, this maintenance and livelihood, you know. See, once Akbar Birbal went for a uh, hunting excursion to the forest. When it became like 12 o'clock, Birbal said, now it's time for my meditation. His name was Mahesh Das. He was a Hindu. Akbar had given him the name Birbal. So he sat with his japa beads under a large tree and he said, I'm going to chant. But Akbar said, hey, 1 o'clock we'll be hungry. What about the food? Birbal said, we will worry about the food after the chant. We will search for some house here, the forest. But Akbar said, you know, what at 2 o'clock we don't get any food immediately. We'll be already hungry. Today it became late to return. Okay, if you want to chant, you chant. I'll figure out. So Akbar climbed up a tree, and then he saw in the mountain, he saw a hut, a house. So he took his horse and went there. He battered the door. They opened the door. They were happy to receive the king. They gave him prasad, everything. Then after finishing, talked to them for a while. And then after washing hands, mouth, everything, when he was leaving, he came out of the house, walked a little distance. Then again he took a U-turn and went back and said, "Can you please pack some chapati and sabji? Huh? I can carry with me for my friend." He said. So they packed and gave. And then by the time he returned back to the shady tree, it was 2 o'clock. Huh? So by the time our Birbal had finished, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, we finished last, Hare Krishna, last Hare Krishna. So he was chanting Ram mantra. So he finished. Then when he finished and got up, at that time Akbar was returning back. And then Akbar asked Birbal, "Hey Birbal, would you like to eat something?" No. Birbal said, "Why not? If it is available, I can take," he said. Then he gave him the packet, he opened the packet and started eating. So Akbar said, "See, you know, I worked hard and made effort and found out the house and I brought this prasad for you. Uh, in this world, we have to do kasrat, we have to work hard," he said. Birbal said, "How kind the Lord is, he has sent the prasad to me." I thought he was telling, who? Birbal. Akbar said, "Hey, why are you saying, Lord, I brought it?" He said, "Yes, yes, you brought it, but Lord only reminded you that you should carry for me. You could have eaten yourself and come back with empty hands, right? But when you are about to return, who reminded you? Somebody reminded you." And then Akbar thought, "Yeah, it's true. I was about to leave and come. Somebody within me told me, carry a packet of prasad for Birbal. Who is that? That is the Lord. Yoga Kshemam Ahamyaham. Lord says, if you chant my names, then it's my duty to protect you." Hmm? So like that, Birbal said. Akbar was amazed. Akbar said, "That's true. Because I would not have brought for you on my own. Somebody induced me from inside to bring for you." Similarly, we have seen many other, before coming to ISKCON, you know, I was very fond. I used to watch the life of monks, how they live and everything. So in one of the writings of Prabhupada, I found that if you serve God, then it is God's duty to take care of you. Huh? Prabhupada says, because you are doing whose work? God's work. Like all of you students, you are studying here in the college on the order of your father. Huh? So who sends you monthly expenditure? Correct, no? Yeah. And he keeps sending you for years together, right? No? 4 years or 6 years or whatever. Huh? I think in BTech you don't get any stipend, I think, correct, no? Only MTech and PhD you get, right? Yeah. So you see that some fathers are sending their sons, daughters abroad by giving them 50, 60 lakhs also, to study abroad, correct or not? So why? Because the father is ordering you to study, and if you study, he becomes your maintainer. Correct or not? Huh? Similarly, Krishna is telling, preach my message all over the world. So we are preaching his message. So who should maintain us? Whose job it is? Krishna's job. He says that Yoga Kshemam, I will take care of you. Hmm? So therefore, but one thing is we have to faithfully do. Huh? Now there are students who take the money from the father, come to the college, except study, they do everything. You seen that? Huh? Roam around, join this club, join that club, drink, smoke, drug, everything. Huh? Then the father will one day come here and see that this fellow is nonsense. Come back to the village. Now plow the field now. Huh? You are a farmer's son, so just be a farmer now, that's all. Kasat Kurabi. Because I gave you money, you are not doing anything. So then he has to work very hard. But if he got educated, he got a good job, he can have his own entrepreneur, he can become an entrepreneur and have his own industry or assist his father's business if he got educated, correct? No? Similarly, living entities who don't oblige to the Lord's order, then they invite trouble for themselves, correct? No? The Lord is the maintainer. See, there is one snake called as Ajgar. This snake has three characteristics mentioned in the 11th canto Bhagavatam. One is this snake lives in the mountain area, doesn't make any endeavor. He just sits in one place with an open mouth. Any animal comes and goes into his mouth, only that it will eat. Secondly, this snake, you will never find uh, the snake keeping for the next day. In case it got two, three animals, it will not stock for the next day. Today I got one, I ate, my stomach is full. After that, any animal comes near, it will not touch it. That is its policy now. I shouldn't collect more than necessary. Doesn't collect more than necessary, huh? And accepts things what comes of its own accord. Doesn't make big effort. He doesn't run behind animals like a tiger is running behind a deer. He doesn't run like that. He just waits. Any animal comes, it catches and takes like that. huh? And thirdly, sometimes this ajugar doesn't get any food for 1 week also sometimes. No animal comes near. Then it has the ability to tolerate hunger also. huh? It tolerates hunger. So the Avdut Brahman of the 11th canto so said this, that, yeah, mendicant or a monk should be like this, that one should tolerate sometimes things which you don't get, even though you may want. Tolerate and not get disturbed in the mind. And then when you get whatever comes of its own accord, you accept. Mm. And then don't accumulate for tomorrow. On the contrary, you all have heard the story of one brahmachari now who saw one rat eating his loincloth, correct? Na? Huh? And then what did he do in order to prevent the rat? Had a cat. And then what did the cat do? Meow. It was making sounds because it was hungry. So what did he get? Yeah, his friend told him to get a cow. Then when he got the cow, then what happened after the cow? He wanted someone to take care of the cow. So appointed one Gwala to take care. But the Gwala was little kamchor. He was not doing his work properly. So then his friend told him, then get a wife, she will take care of the fellow. Then he got a wife. And the wife said, how can I live? You have to build a house. You have to get me sari, you have to get me ornaments. He got everything. And the sage came back after 6 months or 1 year. He said, have I come to some other place? Somebody has driven away my disciple. I thought he was searching. And then the disciple said, Guruji, it's all, I was making some arrangement to protect my loincloth. He was telling. So, similarly, we may sometimes increase administration and management to such a degree that preaching gets stopped. Huh? Sometimes in ISKCON temples, you know, first they think, oh, if we have our own land, it will be better. Instead of renting out a small place. Okay, then they got their own land. huh? Then they would say, now that we have our own land, instead of having just a hall, we can build a temple. Then you build a big temple. For that, you go here and there and collect crores and crores of rupees and erect a big temple. And the temple has come, now we have to install the deities. Once you install the deities, and who will worship the deity, then all the pujaris have to worship the deities. And and then when life members come to the temple, you have to pamper them, take care of them nicely so that they give donation. This one as Bhakti Vikas Maharaj came to Pune, he said, first you build a big temple, and when the donors come, you have to speak what they want to hear. And only then they'll give you donation. Actually, the purpose of building a temple is to speak the absolute truth. But if you don't speak the truth, then how are the people going to have a heart change? Correct? Huh? So he was telling that this is like a paradoxical thing. Build a big project and then you're maintaining it so much. So the goal of our movement, Prabhupada said, is not to build big temples. Prabhupada said, the goal of our movement to expand the Sankirtan movement. Distribute books, distribute Harinam Sankirtan, distribute Prasadam, go to schools, colleges, homes, companies, shop to shop, everywhere. Give people Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna, Shiksha. That's the main goal. Nevertheless, in India, we make a temple because if temple is there, it's like a big ship. Now, many people can come and take shelter of the Sankirtan in the temple, and they can take darshan of the deity, celebrate festivals. So, community can be formed around the temple. So, we make. So, sometimes our maintenance should not become so much that we can't run the show. I mean, we can't do the actual substance, which is preaching. So, now somebody may be thinking, Akbar and Birbal depended on God completely. Ajgar snake also left it to God. Whatever God sends, I will accept it. But somebody may say, no, no, no. Whatever money I am earning, that is my maintenance. But if he's a Rockefeller, he was one of the millionaires, but he couldn't eat any good food. You know that? He was just drinking only vegetable soups because doctors told him that you have chronic constipation. due to which all life he drank only soups. Imagine multi-millionaire, but he's not allowed to eat. Huh? That means simply having money will not give you happiness. That's the point. Huh? You may have money, but the money is not the cause of your happiness unless you are sanctioned to enjoy. Huh? God sanctions you to enjoy, only then you can enjoy. How many of you have seen poor people having a happy life? How many of you have seen? Correct, na? Yeah. On the other hand, rich people frustrated, you will see that because in their quota there is no happiness sanctioned by the type of lifestyle. So uh, you will observe that the plant grows. You may say because I am watering the plant. No, the plant is maintained by the sun. The top, the sun touches the leaves of the plant and produces chlorophyll by photosynthesis. And the same sun causes rain shower to pour down the water, and that water goes and you know feeds the root of the plant. That means from the top also, from bottom also, who is supporting? Huh? Sun is supporting. Similarly, Krishna is giving you grains, fruits, cereals, spices, everything in nature, and he is also giving to you through your father, who is bringing grocery from the market. But father is also bringing grocery given by whom? Huh? Krishna only. So from the top and bottom, both sides, who is supporting you? You are able to see that? Huh? It's not that your father is bringing grocery by creating something. He cannot create anything. Huh? Krishna is giving from the top, Krishna is giving from bottom. Everything is completely maintaining the living entity. Uh, that is one of the reasons why devotees are fearless. Uh, the devotees cannot be purchased by money. Only one who has no faith in Krishna, he can be purchased by money. Kasmat bhajanti kavayo dhana durmadandan. Bhagavatam says that. You heard that verse? चेराणि किं पति न सन्ति दिशन्ति भिक्षां नैवाङ्घ्रिपा पर्वतः सरतोपशुष्यन् वृद्धा गुहा किमजितोपतिनोपसन्नान् तस्मात् भजन्ति कवयो धनदुर्मदान्दान्. This verse says, why should one go to the rich people and fall at their feet and beg for money for one's maintenance? Such a shameful thing, it says. Why? Are there not earthly flats? In the forest there are gufas to live. The gufas, the caves are cool in summer and warm in winter. And rivers are there for you to take bath and drink water. huh? Trees bearing fruits are available. Eat the fruits. And if you don't have any patra and vessels, you can just combine two hands. It becomes a vessel for picking water and drinking. What is the need for you to go and beg rich people for wealth? Like that he says. Very strong. Basically, this verse talks about dependence on the Lord. One should depend on the Lord. One should not be at the mercy of some other fools. See, one old man, was sitting at home. He told his daughter-in-law, please get me Bonvita. Daughter-in-law became angry. She said, my husband wants coffee, my mother wants tea, mother-in-law wants tea, and children want Horlicks, and you are asking Bonvita. Four people, will I make four things? She shouted. Then this man called his son and said, Beta, look at your wife, how she is speaking to me. What is my age? What is her age? Why are you keeping quiet? Control her. Scold her. Husband said, if I scolded her, my 1 week will be gone. 1 week my life, I cannot have peace of mind. I cannot scold. Papa, you just adjust, he said. Papa said, I have become fed up in this home. I am going to leave home, he said. And everybody kept quiet. And the old man was thinking, nobody is saying anything. I said, so yeah, he left the home. And then evening again he came back to home. And daughter-in-law and son, everybody was watching. Oh, you come back. If I am not here, who will take my grandson for a walk? Yes, isn't it? So Prabhupada was not that type of grandfather. Prabhupada, you can see that in old age he was fearless. Even after the age of 70, he he embarked on a journey to America in a Jaladota, in the ripe old age. He was not attached to home. You can see that. Because he was fully depending on Krishna's maintenance. He didn't depend on anybody else. Yeah. One day, in Juhu temple, Prabhupada saw evening 6 o'clock, it was like pin drop silence. So he called for devotees. Where is Giriraj? He called. The devotees said, Why there is no kirtan in temple hall? Prabhupada asked. Prabhupada, today we went 8 hours for fundraising. Not a single man gave any money. We came back with empty hands. So 5, 6 devotees we went. Devotees are very morose today that we couldn't raise any funds. Prabhupada called for the devotees and said, you see, when you go for raising funds for Krishna's seva, huh, you are like Hanuman, huh, going around and trying to connect Sita back to Ram. Correct, no? Sita is Lakshmi. Huh? You're connecting Lakshmi back to Narayan. Correct, no? So you guys have already gone in the morning till evening, 8 hours you have distributed. In your account already Krishna has noted that 8 hours you guys have worked hard to bring Lakshmi back to Narayan. Huh? So your life is a success today. On the other hand, those fellows who didn't give money, they should be morose because they lost the opportunity to serve the Lord. Huh? They didn't serve. Why should you be morose? You have done your service and Lord is already pleased with you. Lord doesn't see the results. Lord sees the efforts. Huh? So you have put the efforts. Lord is already happy with you. Huh? After Prabhupada said it, devotees became jubilant. Huh? There was a roaring kirtan in temple hall after that. Huh? So in this way, you can see that we should make our effort, but we should know that results are in Lord's hands, and whatever He wishes, He will give. Huh? And Prabhupada said, the fellows, when the Mayapur devotee is asking, Prabhupada, such a big land, how will we construct anything in this Mayapur empty land? Prabhupada said, what are you talking? Madhava means he's the husband of goddess of fortune. How can Madhava be here, whose wife is Lakshmi herself? And how can there be any poverty here? Huh? You are so foolish. Huh? Because when Radha Madhava is here, eventually all great things will come. Prabhupada said, this is going to be a flourishing project. Huh? Because Radha Madhava both are here, he said. And it became true, correct now? Now there are 1,000 crores being spent in the 1,000-acre land. You can see that. Huh? Prabhupada is fully confident that who is the maintainer? Krishna is the maintainer. Yeah. But what is difficulty for us to accept Krishna's plan? So till now, three things we have discussed. Make your effort and know very well that only by Krishna's sanction, results will come. The third thing is we have to cultivate detachment from results. All of you are with me in these three things, you understood? Make your effort, be detached from the results, and know that ultimately, results are in Krishna's hands. Now, are we ready to accept this plan? If you see, often not. Huh? Our mind resists, opposes. Why? Here is the reason given here. The problem is the mind. One fellow was in the hospital, lying in his bed. Another bed doctor came, and the doctor was administering some cough syrup to the neighborhood man. And that man opened the cough syrup and drank. Very nice smell was coming. You seen that? Cough syrup is sometimes nice smelling and nice tasting also. Huh? When I got a cough syrup from my doctor in school days, doctor said, see, morning one one lid, afternoon one lid, and night one lid. It was so tasty. I told the doctor, doctor, if you want, I can finish whole bottle in one day only. Doctor said, no, 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 don't take so much. Only one lid. You were saying. How many of you tasted that? Cough syrup, correct? No, very sweet it is. So this man was telling doctor, see, you are giving him nice smelling, nice sweet, tasty cough syrup. You are giving me injection. Why don't you reverse it? Give him injection. Give me the cough syrup. The doctor asked him, who is doctor? I am doctor. You are doctor. Isn't it? Huh? So we should accept God's plan or push God to accept our plan. Yeah, we have to accept His plan because who knows best? God knows best. What is good for whom? For this person, he needs an injection. For that person, he needs cough syrup. Isn't it? That's the whole point. Our mind sometimes is not willing to accept God's plan because we only see the present isolated from past and future. Correct, no? Many times we don't know why God does what He does. He has some greater plan. See, atheistic fellows think that if I give this much input, I should get that much output. They think. Like if there is a wall, you throw a ball. What do you expect when you throw the ball? To come back. But devotees know on the other side there is no wall, there is Krishna standing. If you throw a ball, he may take it and keep it with him. He may not throw it back. Or you may throw one ball, he may give you back 4 balls. Possible or not? Yeah, possible. Because he's a person. He's a conscious person. So, or he may not give at all, or he may give later. We don't know because he's a person. So, because I am acting for his pleasure, whatever results he wishes, he will give. So, devotee is ready for which result? Good result or bad result? Any result. Because any result that will come in my life is whose plan? The Krishna's plan. Like I had shown in the PPT, I'll just show you. See, this is what Krishna says. Huh? Yogastakkuru karmani sangam tektva dhananjaya. Siddhya siddhyo. Uh, that verse he says that Krishna advises to act with dedication, but without obsession over the results. Because attachment breeds anxiety, detachment brings freedom. He says. Now, how to practice it? I'll show you in the following slide. I'll show you. Mm. See here. When you get good results, what this boy is saying? It's all God's mercy, he says. Why? Because God gave me the brain, isn't it? God gave me the hands and legs. Huh? He has given me the ingredients in this world. And if I fail, what do you think? See here. Yeah. I learned my mistakes now. I will do better in my next attempt. That means whenever he commits mistake, he is always willing to learn, huh, from the mistakes and grow out of those mistakes. Because this boy is confident that we are not all perfect. We are not God, that every time everything we do will come out perfectly. We are all living entities with four defects, correct? Now, one of the four defects is what? To commit mistakes. It can happen. So, he will not commit suicide because I committed a mistake. Huh? Or I failed in a paper or something like that. He knows, okay, somehow I couldn't make it this time, but I learned this time what mistakes I committed. Next time I'll perform better. On the other hand, see this fellow, what he's saying. I got first rank by my brain. Huh? He's showing finger to his own brain. Huh? See how smart I am. So when a person is very proud of his achievement, then when he fails, see what he says. Oh, how will I face my friends? How will I face my parents? He's sobbing now, weeping. This is what Krishna precisely says, don't do. This is what he says, don't do. Because this fellow is attached to results. The previous fellow is detached from the results. That's the whole idea. And why we should be detached from the results, that is reason is given here, if you see. See, we sow the seeds. Who gives rains? God gives rains, you see. We give the interview, but the panel has to select us for the job, you see. You write the exam, but teacher has to give you marks, isn't it? So it's not in your hands. So there are so many things happening in this creation not controlled by us. It's all like the shining of the sun, changing of the season, showering of the cloud. So many things are happening in this world. They are not in our control. So when we accept the fact that I have a small role in this world, but God has a bigger role. He does amazing things. He does. Then we become detached and cool-headed. This is the way to become cool-headed. For example, think about this question. Are you the paper setter? Are you the paper corrector? Are you the marks awarder? Then why worry about all this? Isn't it? If you are not the paper setter, you are not going to set, then why worry about it? You should worry about your work or somebody else's work. Like for example, one boy was telling me, Prabhuji, just see how much prasadam he has taken like this in his plate. I asked this boy, are you going to digest his food? He is going to digest his food. You eat what you want. Why are you looking at others' plate? And that fellow is working in the field there. People working in field can eat a lot, correct or not? Yeah. They eat a lot and they work a lot. And their body is also like a steel, if you see. And you are a IT engineer. How can you eat like that? You can't eat. You are a sedantic life, stuck in one table and chair. So you have to eat little. Don't compare your food with his. So don't look at others. Similarly, you are not going to do something, then why worry about it is the question. You are not the paper setter. You are not the mark awarder. Uh, you are not going to put the results. Then why bother? What is in your hands, you worry. That's the teaching of the Gita. It's very powerful teaching it is. Uh, so you depend on the Lord. So the mind is a problem. See that Dhruva Maharaj, you see? Dhruva Maharaj also was attached to result in the beginning, correct, no? When he came to Lord Vishnu, but eventually he became purified of his material motivations. Then he learned to depend on the Lord. Initially he thought, by my tapasya I will attain my material goals. But after seeing Lord Vishnu, he totally left everything to him. My dear Lord, I don't need anything except your devotion. So actually Lord Vishnu purified his material attachments over a period of time. Like, all of you think for a moment how childish our attachments are. When you were a small child, how many of you played with toys? Right now, do you anymore play with them? Because your attachment is gone for that. Childish proclivities are gone because then you started playing different games and different type of higher responsibilities. Correct now. Similarly, when a boy and girl are young, there is a mutual attraction. At that time in teen, because both live in a dream world. huh. They don't know what is, you know, it's the most amazing phenomenon in this world is you are in seventh or eighth standard and you look at some member of the opposite sex and immediately think, oh, that may be a good match for me. And then you are afraid to express and, you know, and then if by the time you come to 10th, you cross and go to another school and you think the same about another person. Very amazing, no? And then when you come to college, then a third person. That means the mind is company seeking. Mind is seeking some company with somebody. Hmm. So one boy came and told, Prabhu, I don't know, Prabhu, when I joined first year in this college, one particular girl has come and I am feeling some attraction. What do you think about this, Prabhu? I said, I said the cockroach is thinking the same way. Cockroach looking at a cockroachini and saying, I am feeling some, romantic feeling, and this is technically called sense gratification. So this is all simply a dream world. Most of the boys, girls live in a dream world as if they are flying in a chariot and everything. When they marry and beget one or two children, they become more responsible. huh? Because when you marry, marriage means marriage is not meant for just collecting gifts. huh? Everybody they'll put you on a horse only one day only. Yeah. Every day you go to office in horse. No, only one day with a turban they will put you. After that, they will tell you now that one day joyful day is gone. Now you have to take responsibility now. Now you have to admit the child in the school. You go to company, bring the money, build the house. It's a life of responsibility. Same with brahmacharis also. Like brahmachari joins ashram. First day he comes to ashram. Somebody is saying, Prabhu, you are clean shaved. Your face looks like a full moon. And he feels, Hari bol, I look like a mini Chaitanya. Like that he is feeling. Somebody is coming and giving him, Prabhu, take this sweet rice. Another person is giving, Prabhu, take this sandesh. And he's feeling, Prabhu, ashram is like an ocean of love and bliss. I'm very happy. So ashram life begins very nicely. But within 1 year, they will say, Kitab utao, go for distributing books. Why are you not getting up in the morning? Why didn't you complete the service? They will say, Prabhuji, 1 year before I was given special treatment. Now everybody is catching me for this and that. See, again, if you have to be brahmachari for lifelong, it is a life of responsibility. Same with grihastha ashram also. Uh, but many people nowadays don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to become brahmachari also, they don't want to become grihastha also. They want to be brahmastha. And why? Why? Because they want a wanton life of enjoyment, which is only for dogs. Street dogs can have such a life. Street dogs have no wife, no family, no responsibility, no job. But they have to get beaten up by stones also by others. So the point is, our material attachments have to be purified. If a brahmachari comes to the ashram with the expectation that I will become a brahmachari and whole world will bow down to me, he will get solid kicks and slaps he will get over a period of time. Because the attachment is a wrong attachment. Similarly, a grihastha also, one is thinking that, it's a cool, happy life with no problems. No, real life means life of responsibility. So we have to do our duties without attachment. Uh, Sometimes mother, father also, you know, they grow the child, but then in the course of growing child, they develop attachment to child. Uh, After the child crosses 10 or 11 or 12, the child wants to be little independent. Are the parents happy? No. Uh, Some parents try to keep the child under their control even after 13, 14, 15. And child says, I won't study in this city, I want to go to another city and study. And the parents keep calling. Nowadays, parents call sometimes their sons or daughters 3 times a day. Just like you have to remember Guru 3 times. Morning, morning, afternoon, and night. Because too much attachment, is it good or not? No, they'll be frustrated. Hmm. One mother was telling, Babuji, ever since my son went to the hostel, far away, college, he is becoming more attached to his friends. He is not having attachment to us as he used to have before. Mama, 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 he was always behind me. Now he is becoming more independent. Therefore, we are thinking in summer vacation we will bring him and feed him very nicely and again revive that attachment. I said, why are you making him attached to you? Make him attached to? Yeah, correct. Ultimately. So, uh, attachment in relationships or attachment to results, material attachment, this is the cause of our frustration. Hmm. So, at the same time, one should do one's duty. Correct, no? Hmm. Any of you expected some respect somewhere and you didn't get, it will be very painful. Huh? You thought that you'll be honored or you'll be respected when you didn't get. Because that is why we say, Amanina. See, if you want to give respect, to anybody, is it difficult to give respect if you want to give respect? Can somebody stop you from giving respect? Because it is in whose hands? In your hands. But if you have expectation of respect, you may get or you may not get because it is not in whose hands? That you understand. That is why do what is in your hands. In your hands, giving respect, being humble, being kind and courteous to others, these are all in your hands. So Krishna says, be attached to things which are in your hands. What is not in your hands, don't bother about it. Huh? One fellow came and asked His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj, Maharaj, one of my thickest friends in my life, school days we studied together and college we studied together, we were working in the same company. Suddenly, Maharaj, 3 days ago, he has asked me for 1 lakh rupees loan. Huh? But, you know, I am afraid if I give that money, will he give me back? Maharaj said, why didn't you take a promissory note that he'll give back? Maharaj, he's my thick friend. वो क्या सोचेगा? He will say, even from such a friend, you want a promissory note? Therefore, it's not proper etiquette, Maharaj. He's a family friend, he said. Then Maharaj said, okay, such a thing, friend, if you want to give, you can give. He said, but Maharaj, in case he doesn't give back, what to do? This is what is really, last 3 nights I lost my sleep, Maharaj. He said. Maharaj told him, see, I'll give you an idea. He said, you give him the money as if you are giving charity to temple or anywhere. Charity means what? You don't expect anything back. But in case he gives money 6 months later, what he has promised you, you accept it. And in case he didn't give the money, anyway you consider it to be charity. So in both the cases, you will not be disturbed. If money comes, you will be grateful. Money doesn't come, I have given it like charity. So you have no tension. In this way, Maharaj taught him Nishkama Karma Yoga. How to give without any expectation. You understand? So the attachment is the cause of our suffering, mental attachment. Yes, not only you can make effort, let me go one step ahead and tell you, you all can make plans also in your life, but don't be attached to the outcome, results. You can make plans. Say, one boy, he wrote NEET exam. Now, 5 times he has written NEET exam and he is not getting through. So his family members, 4, 5 of them wanted to meet me. They took an appointment. I asked them, "बताओ क्या है? Why you guys want to meet us?" नहीं नहीं नहीं, आपसे personally आकर बोलेंगे. They said, and then I was wondering why they want to talk to me. When they came and met me, they told, "Sir, Prabhuji, in our family we have 15 doctors. We have grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, son, daughter. Everybody is doctor. This is the first boy we are not able to insert him into the medical college. Huh? Except him, everybody is doctor." And then they told me, "See, his Dadaji is also said, you get through this NEET and I will sponsor your entire MBBS and MD also. Huh? Entire study I will sponsor. And if you don't get through NEET, I'll beat you up." Adri has told them. So he is afraid of his grandfather also, he said. I said, this is not good. Huh? See, this is why children get threatened. Huh? Already has made 5 attempts. Don't demoralize him any more than this. And the boy says he is more interested in engineering, which they don't want to send him. Huh? They want to send him into medical only. Is it good? So what is the problem they are facing, anybody? Too attached. Attached to what? Huh? Huh? Yeah, they are attached to their plans for their son and grandson. That means is plan making wrong? Tell me. No. But what is wrong? That's the whole point. Every one of you can make plans in your life. Nothing wrong. Make wonderful plans. Who stops you from making plan? Isn't it? You can make plans. So many people have so many dreams. Huh? Isn't it? Dream this, dream that, correct now? Who you can have as many dreams as you want, as you wish. Huh? But don't be attached to the outcome, because the outcome is not in your hands. Now this family is so frustrated, you can see that. Whole family of 15 people is frustrated. And they are telling the grandfather that आप इतने नाराज मत हो जाइए. Already आपका 75 हो गया. He is already 75. आपका blood pressure भी ज़्यादा है. And he is saying, क्या हमको बोलते हो? हम भी डॉक्टर हैं ना, सब जानते हैं. Correct. So, actually, the too much attachment, that's the whole problem. Like you see, in market, one time in market I had gone, and one owner of the market, he said, "Oh, Swami ji, सही time पर आप पहुंचे हैं, आइए बैठिए." Told me to sit. I sat, and he said, "आपने हमारे दुकान को पावन कर दिया आकर." He said 2 days ago he was in hospital, it seems, and doctor told him that he has some artery blockage, and blood pressure increase. No, भगवान की कृपा से हार्ट अटैक नहीं हुई. बोला कि हार्ट अटैक होने वाला था. लेकिन नहीं, आई एम सेव्ड नाउ, but I have to reduce my cholesterol and all he was telling. I have another man, this businessman. And then while I was sitting in the shop, I saw there was a TV in front of him where the share market situation is visible. They show it. How many of you have seen small TV they put in shops? You seen, no? That is going up, coming down. Every time it going, coming down, his heart is also. He is also getting shocked. Because he wants to put 10 rupees and get 10,000 rupees in share. Correct, no? So I told him, "Sir, your main problem is looking at this. You throw this TV out." I told him. Share market ko chhod dijiye. You forget about it. You have sons and daughters also working in your shop. They will take care of all those things. You come to temple, you chant, you are 78, 77, 78. Come to temple, chant, take life easy. But he said, no, पैसा इन्वेस्ट करके रखा है, देखना पड़ेगा क्या होने वाला है. What is happening. Whenever share market crashes, वो समय में मुझे दर्द होता है. He's saying. So what is his problem, this fellow? Attachment to what? Attachment to multiplying money. He has made a plan how to multiply money. He has made the plan, but sometimes when the plan collapses, he also gets heart problem. Correct? A mental attachment to the plan. See, when one becomes a devotee of God, one can clearly see that Krishna is in control of everything. Prabhupada also, one of the last sentences Prabhupada spoke was, everything is moving and acting under the control of Krishna. That's all. That's the last thing Prabhupada spoke before leaving the body. The devotee is able to see that everything is acting and moving in Krishna's control. Uh, Like look at this light now. If somebody can switch off, where is the switch? Show them. Switch off here. Okay, this bulb, anyone will switch off. Yeah. So what's your name? Tarun. So now Tarun is switching off. Switch on, Tarun. Yeah, switch off. Switch on. Yeah. Now everybody thinks that Tarun is in control of this bulb. Correct, no? It looks very apparent. Correct or not? But imagine if the electricity board shut down the power. Uh, So even when he switches on, it will not. That's the whole point. Yes, sir, you are in control of things in this world to some degree. But ultimately, both the bulb and you are under Ishvara's control. Huh? There is Ishwar above both. Matter, spirit, and controller of both. Huh? So devotees of the Lord have understood that the ultimate control is in Krishna's hands. Therefore, they are very cool-headed. Huh? And therefore, they make a plan, but they never become attached to the plan. They know that if Krishna wills, see, in every religion, this concept is very common. Like Muslims say, Inshallah, they will say. Huh? Inshallah means what? If Allah wishes, it will happen. Similarly, Christians, they will say, Thy will be done. Huh? Let Thy will be done. Whatever Lord wills, let it happen. Similarly, Arjuna said, Karishye Vachanam, I will align with your will. Those who know what is the will of the Lord and how to align with the will of the Lord, they are the happiest people on earth. Huh? You align with Lord's will, conformity with the Lord and unity with the living entities. These two principles, conformity, unity principle. Conformity with vertical is conformity, horizontal is unity. Unity with all living entities, don't quarrel with other living entities unnecessarily because of false ego. And conformity with Lord's plan. In a home, husband, wife, children, you want a peaceful home, unity with others. In an office, you want happy office, colleague relationships, unity with other colleagues, unity with other living entities. Actually, unity is possible if we put aside our false ego and not attached to our own opinions. And we are willing to respect the other living entities. Respect them. Understand that every living entity has some deficiencies. And reduce your expectations from others. Respect them. Don't be attached to your opinions and ideas. Then you will see that unity is very easy with other living beings. You made a plan, it didn't work out. All right. I'm not God that everything is in my control. Okay, now I'll go for plan B or plan C. If you have such a, flexible mindset, adaptable mindset, you will be very happy and you can make others happy too. Because you are not too much attached to your own idea. Those who yell and shout and everything, they all are people who are too attached. Because they think too high of themselves. That's the whole problem. They think as if they are in control of everything. Everyone is not in our beck and call. Yeah, everything is not in our control. Everything is in Krishna's control. Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti. Once we understand this, not theoretically, but in the practically, then we will be peaceful. You see, one man in a village, he was a big egomaniac, one man. So what he did, he tied a thick rope to his body and tied it behind a lorry. And then he called the village, all of you come here. Just see how I am going to drag this lorry behind. So he started pulling with his body. And then lorry also started going behind. People thought, my Lord, this fellow has so much strength that he is even dragging a lorry. Lorry was coming behind. Why? Because lorry driver also had just started. He started and he was moving it behind. That man was also moving. Everybody thought he is only pulling. And then lorry driver moved a little bit behind and then he climbed on the road. They climbed now after coming behind and then he climbed on the road. Now the lorry started moving forward. Correct, no? And this man was being dragged. And people said, hey, you said you are in control? The man said, no, now I am realizing I am not in control. The man said, and then the man looked like this. And then he saw the driver was having the hand now inside. Now he understood the driver is in control. And he realized that. And then he shouted at the driver, hey, my body is tied to the, this thing, truck. Stop it, he said. And the driver looked behind. And then he stopped it. Then he understood, Oh, now the truck is under driver's loving control. Because driver loved that this fellow shouldn't get hurt, therefore he stopped. If the driver had driven fast, he would have died, correct, no? Behind. So just look at this fellow. First he thought, I am in control. Then it was proven, I am not in control. Then he understood the truck is under driver's control. Then he understood it's under driver's loving control, because when I begged him to stop, he stopped, and saved me. In the same manner, initially the jiva thinks in this world, who is in control? I am in control. Everybody thinks like that. See why the Lord has kept these arrangements. For example, if when a person marries, a man thinks, I am in control, I am the leader of the house. My wife is my queen, my children are my praja, and a compound wall is my kingdom. And a man thinks like that. And the wife tells her friends that, in our home, I am in control. Because why? Because husband comes and gives his salary back to me. I am finance minister. Unless I release money, things cannot, be happening at home. And the child says, when I scream, mother, father, everybody comes running. Who is in control? I am in control. So everybody thinks, who is in control? Yeah, and that is the cause of the troubles at home. Actually, if everybody understands, Lord Krishna is in control and we all are here to work for him. He is the pivot. In the same manner also, you will see that Gauranga Prabhu tells one famous story. You heard that? He says one boy, one boy, Gauranga had put him in kitchen and he told him to roll chapati. He said, क्या प्रभु जी हम इंजीनियरिंग करके आए हैं क्या चपाती बेलने के लिए आए हैं क्या? He was asking. And गौरव पूछे चपाती बेलने से क्या होने वाला आपको? हम सब लोग कर रहे हैं ना किचन में. Because when I joined in 94, my first service was rolling chapati only. Rolling chapati and making cut fruits in the plate for the arati. For the pujari, I'm supposed to assist. These are services I was doing. So anyway, after a couple of years, that fellow left the ashram. He got married. And Gauranga came to know that at home he rolls chapati. He came to know. Gauranga caught him. Hey, मंदिर में चपाती बेलने के लिए तैयार नहीं थे, अब क्या घर में कर रहे हैं क्या? And he said to गौरंग प्रभु, क्या करे प्रभु जी, मेरे वाइफ को थोड़ा बैक पेन है इसलिए मुझे करना पड़ता है. He said, so I am doing now. He said, so Gauranga Prabhu said, so you needed purification either in the ashram or in the home. Krishna is giving you purification. So the idea is, anybody is in a controller mode. I am the controller mode. They will be most frustrated. Whether you are a man or a woman or a child, whoever you be. Because we are actually not the ultimate controller. Krishna is controller. We are controller to some degree. Little control we have, not too much control. You try to boss over somebody, they will fight with you. Anybody tried it? Any of you? Do you think people like you to boss over them? No, we have to be humble. And if somebody bosses over you, how many of you don't like? Honestly, correct? Even a child doesn't like. Child will scream if you try to boss over too much. You've seen that? Yeah. Because that is not the nature of the soul. The nature of soul is to be humble, respectful, tolerant, patient, accepting Krishna as supreme controller. Krishna is supreme controller because he is the most lovable personality. One example I'll tell you. You see, when Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, the chariot was ready, Jagannath requested Lakshmi in Nilachal, please permit me, I want to go to Vrindavan, Sundarachal, just for 5 days, 3 to 5 days max, I'll come back. She asked, what is not there here, tell me. We are giving a chappan bhog here in Nilachal. Nice food you are eating. And look at you, how we have dressed you. With such beautiful turban, such costly jewelry, everything. And we are all playing veena and singing very nice songs for your pleasure. There are so many others dancing for your pleasure. What is lacking here that you want to go to Vrindavan? Jagannath said, please, please. Everything is wonderful here, perfect. Still, I want to just pay one visit to Vrindavan, meet my mother, father, friends, gopas, gopis, everybody, and come back. She said, okay, I'll be counting the days. Within 5 days, you have to be back, she said. Agreed. And then after 5 days, Jagannath doesn't come. There's Vasant Panchami. So Lakshmi boards her chariot along with her assistants. The whole world is watching in Jagannath Puri. Lakshmi is angry now. The Lord didn't come back. So she goes there. And what Jagannath does, Jagannath just closed the door and he bolts it inside. huh? And then Jagannath's servants are outside. And they have to face the wrath of Lakshmi. And Lakshmi's assistants, they fight with Jagannath's assistants. And then they break some portions of the Jagannath's chariot also. And she understands that Jagannath has closed the door. He doesn't want to come now. But she is also feeling uneasy to return back on the same road. क्योंकि सब लोग पूछेंगे अरे काली जा रहे हो क्या वो नहीं आया क्या क्या तुम उनको वापस लौटा नहीं पाई पूछेंगे ना. They will ask her. So she goes through another route. She goes through another road back to Neelachal. After 10 days, Jagannath is ready to go back. Return journey when he comes. So when Jagannath and Subhadra come, Lakshmi is telling Balram, go inside. Subhadra, go inside. And Jagannath is asking, can I also go? No, not you. You have to wait. So she goes into Man Leela. That you told me that you will come within 5 days. Now 10 days are over. You are not going to get such easy entry inside. So then Jagannath is wondering what to do. So Jagannath goes and brings Rasagulla. And he feeds Rasagulla to Lakshmi. Lakshmi becomes so happy. He says, okay, you are also allowed inside. Go inside. So what amazing pastime. See, if somebody has become angry with you, you are also likely to become ego-driven and say, you will not allow me. Who are you? Now I can throw you out. Some people fight like that, correct? No? See, Jagannath's way of dealing with the anger of Lakshmi. Amazing it is. That is why Krishna, although he is supreme controller, he becomes controlled by his devotees. He becomes controlled by Lakshmi, controlled by Yashoda, controlled by Arjuna. Actually, that is why he can be supreme controller. We are not in that position. We small things, we become ego-driven. Heck, what did you say? You saw me like this? You told me like this? We become ego-driven because of impurity. Krishna is always in a liberated position, Supreme Lord. So, and his plans are good for all of us. Nothing harmful can come out of Krishna. All that comes out of him is love. Therefore, we can allow him to take control. You will see that even those whom he kills also in the war, even they are liberated. Hata Ari Gati Dayaka. He gives Sadgati to those whom he kills in the battle. What to speak of those whom he embraces? You can imagine everything that emanates out of him is full of love. So, the more we understand this principle, we will happily allow Krishna to be be in control of our lives. So, we should all know that I am driving my car, but Krishna is sitting by my side. And he is watching me. And the living entity is allowed to Yantra Rudani Maya. Correct, no? We are sitting in this bodily machine, moving from place to place in this world, and Krishna is by our side watching, sanctioning us something, and he may not sanction something. So I can make a plan. Nothing wrong with the plan, but not be attached to our plan. See, spiritual plan and material plan. See, the difference is not what we do, but why we do it. For example, material plan means any plan arising from kama, material desire, for one's own sense gratification. Spiritual plan means any plan arising from prema, love, to please Krishna. Like Prabhupada told Radha Rasbihari, don't worry, my Lord, very soon I will build a beautiful temple for you to sit. Correct, no? So he is having a desire also, but his desire is for whose pleasure? Krishna's pleasure. Like Prabhupada was, one day watching a bus going, he asked the devotees, what's the name of the bus, how costly it is? And devotees are wondering why Prabhupada is interested in a bus. And he wanted it as a Sankirtan bus, Yeah. Similarly, Prabhupada saw the buildings and he asked, how costly is this building? He wanted to buy that Fisher's Mansion, in Detroit. So Prabhupada always was looking at everything in this world with the desire to engage it in Krishna service. That type of desire is very wonderful. You can desire something for Krishna, not for oneself. Like somebody says, oh, I am going for independent bungalow so that, we can engage it in Krishna service, which is a very nice thing. Like this bungalow is so big hall, very nice. But then after that, it should be engaged in Krishna service also. Somebody says, I'm taking it for Krishna service and they're using it for their own enjoyment. It can happen like that, correct? No? So, Prabhupada was asking, we are living in this flat and there are people in the neighborhood flat. What is the difference? Here also we are cooking, they are also cooking. But here the cooking is done for whose pleasure? Krishna's pleasure. They are cooking for their own sense gratification. We are also decorating our flat with pictures on the walls and Toranam and everything. They are also decorating. They are decorating their house for show off. Many homes, if you go even today, they put photos of their own family members. Have seen that? On the wall and different poses, standing like this, standing like that, standing in the garden or went for some tour all over the wall. But if you come to devotees' homes, you see what pictures you have on the walls. You have either Acharya's picture or Krishna's pictures, you find. That's the difference between Krishna's house and other people's house. It's not that you cannot have family photo. Don't get shocked by this. You can, maybe one photo you can have. But don't increase the Dehatma Buddhi too much. Putting everywhere only the family members. You should put, the more you put Krishna pictures, you are elevating your consciousness. So in this way, the plan you make, preferably make what plan? Material plan or spiritual plan? Spiritual plan. But in either plan, spiritual plan or material plan, we should be completely detached. Knowing well that all plans will be executed or not executed by whose control? Krishna's control. That's the whole point. Can any of you give an example where, somebody made a plan and was detached? One example I'll give you. Prithu and Indra. Prithu wanted to do the 100th sacrifice. Correct, no? Any of you think for a moment, 99 sacrifices you have done. You want to do the 100th one. If you do it, you will be considered equal to Indra. How many of you feel it's very difficult to give up this desire? Correct? Because 99 is already over. 100th one. Very difficult to give up this desire. And also you don't want to become Indra, but you want to show the world that I have done something equal to Indra, Shatakratu. But he will go back to Godhead. That was his plan. But Indra became insecure by that, correct, no? So because of that, he was coming in different ways, stealing the horse. Later on, Prithu was told to give up the 100 sacrifice, correct, no? So did he agree or not agree? Agreed. Which goes to show that he was aligned with Lord's will. Lord wants me not to do this. So one time Gauranga Darshan Prabhu in his travels gave a heading, why 99 is greater than 100? So many people became surprised. How can 99 be greater than 100? When he came to attend the lecture to check what it is. So he was telling 99 yajnas plus alignment with will of the Lord is far, far superior to 100 yajnas and non-alignment with Lord's will. Correct, na? That's the whole point, isn't it? Understand, no? So that is why we should be willing to let the Lord do what is good for us. See, aligning our will with the divine will. See, Prithu Indra, I told you just now. See, Ravan, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishan, if you see, they all performed penance on a mountain. And when Brahma came, Kumbhakarna Ravana first asked a benediction. Let me have a golden kingdom, and let me have rule over the whole world. And nobody should be able to kill me. No devatas, no gandharvas, no siddhas, no charanas, like that he asked. But human beings he left out. Therefore, Lord came as Narlila. Rama came. So he was given those benedictions. Then Kumbhakarna came forward to ask. He was planning to ask, I want to do Nirdevatvam, which means Nirdevatva means I want to make sure not a single Devata exists in the whole universe. Devatas were trembling. In case Kumbhakarna is given that benediction, what will happen? They all went to Saraswati and prayed, Oh Mate Saraswati, protect us, save us. Then Saraswati twisted his tongue. So instead of asking Nirdevatvam, he asked for Nidratvam. Nidratvam means sleep. Another boon he wanted from Brahma was Indrasana. Indrasana means asana of Indra. He wanted to ask. Indra was trembling. He also went to Saraswati and prayed, I think my kurchi is in trouble. My seat. Please save me, protect me. Saraswati again twisted his tongue. Instead of asking Indrasana, he asked Nidrasana. Nidrasana means bed. So in this way he got Nidrasana and Nidratvam he got. Ravana came and told Brahma, please don't give him sleep for the whole life. At least one day in a year, let him be awake. So then 6 months he would sleep, and one day awake, and again 6 months he would sleep, like that. Then Vibhishan came forward. He told Brahma, in this world, we all follow the path of Dharma. But when trouble comes, we often give up Dharma. Huh? But my humble request to you, even in troubled times, let me stick to the path of Dharma. That was Vibhishan. Just see. Huh? Amazing, no? Yeah. That's how Vibhishan, you will see, became aligned with the Lord's will. And ultimately, Lord was most pleased with him, Lord Ram. If you see like that. So we all have to be like Vibhishan, because Kumbhakarna represents Tamaguna, Ravana represents Rajaguna, and Vibhishan represents Sattva. So we cultivate Sattva because of that, because we can have proper dharmic desires. Then you can come to Parodharma from there. So you see, a devotee's sole aspiration is service, not even spiritual pleasure. If you have to align with the Lord, no, this is the most important point. A devotee does not aspire for anything other than service, loving service to Lord. See, karmis, jnanis, yogis, all three have their agenda. Karmis want to enjoy in this world. Jnanis want to relax in Brahmajyoti by becoming free from all sufferings. And yogis want siddhis to walk on water, fly on sky, and things like that. So all three, for them, what is the reference point? I am myself. I want to enjoy. I want freedom from suffering. I want powers. So reference is I. Whereas the devotee means, devotee is asking, who is Krishna's mother? Who is Krishna's father? Which animals are very dear to Krishna? Which is the mountain dear to Krishna? Which is the river dear to Krishna? Which is the forest in which Krishna plays on his flute? So in this way, devotee is always thinking in terms of Krishna. So the reference point of devotee's thought process is Krishna. Therefore, devotee goes back to Krishna. See, Vaishnava life is very easy life. You get up in the morning, chanting the holy name. You go to bed at night, again chanting the holy name, bowing down to the Lord. Before eating prasad, you chant the holy name. If some special guest is coming to your place, what do? Chant the holy name and welcome them. Some special Maharaj is going back, what do? Chant the holy name and send off. Somebody has died, cremation, they call you, what do? Chant the holy name. Somebody is getting married, they invite you for marriage, what do? Yeah. Basically, all activities you do by combining chanting of the holy name. And at the time of death comes to you, again chant the holy name and go back to Godhead. Why are we doing chanting holy name in all these activities? So that at the time of death also, and death comes, hey, death, I have come now. Okay, again chant holy name. So death will say that this fellow has chanted the holy name, now I can't catch him now. So then Dhruva Maharaj put his foot on the head of death as one of the steps and climbed up into the Vaikuntha plane. And he went back to Godhead. So you can conquer death. That's why I gave the name in one of my books. What is the name of the book? Victory over death. Correct, no? You will attain victory. So devotee process is very easy. Only we should have faith. Align with the will of the Lord. Yeah. So material plans focus on external, quantitative achievements like first rank, second rank, whatever, popularity, facilities, amenities and all. Whereas spiritual plans focus on internal, qualitative success, developing seva bhav, namrata, sahishnata, Krishna prem, and trust for other devotees. So our spiritual plans are far superior. So there is one verse you all can repeat that. Gunadikan vadam lipset anukrosham gunadamat maitrim samanadan vichen na tapairavi bhuyate. Yeah. So actually this is talking about dealing with seniors without envy but with respect. And jollity. Prabhupada used the word jollity. One should be jolly to receive superiors. And one should not brag about one's greatness while dealing with equals. Deal with them in a friendly manner. If one of your friends has done something wonderful, appreciate honestly. And those who are junior to you, don't mock at them, ridicule them, belittle them, but help them, guide them. Like that. If you do these three things, you will not have any interpersonal clash with anybody in the world, it is said. So in this way, when you make your mind free of any tussles with anybody, then your mind is free to chant the whole name of the Lord and remember the Lord very easily. Huh? Because if you don't have enemies in the world, a lot of your anxieties are finished. Most of the anxieties are because of clash with other living entities. Right now. Then there is another verse, Uttamaschintitam kuryat proktagari cha madhyamaha adamo ashraddaya kuryat na kuryat uccaritam pituhu. First class devotee is one who understands the mind of the Lord or the Guru and exactly executes that, aligned with will of Guru and Krishna. Second class person is one, when he is told to do something, he will do. huh. Third class person, even after being told, he will not listen well. huh. He will again and again, do a half-hearted job. And the fourth fellow will not do at all. Even after you follow, finally you will only end up doing. huh. First. So you want to be in which category? At least second, if not first. First means you have to know the mind of Guru, which is not very easy. At least do what your jo bola, so karo. At least that platform much. Okay. Now let us take some questions. So, although there are many things, what I emphasized here today is about not being overly attached to one's own plans. I elaborated on that. Make a plan, but be detached from the plan. Because Lord knows best what should be done in which case, situation. We trust the Lord's goodness and Lord's greatness. And like for example, you all know when Prahlad Maharaj, saw Lord Narasimha coming out of the pillar, and then Narasimha killed the Hiranyakashipu and then climbed up and then he sat in the throne. At that time, all the devatas assembled, correct, no? At that time, the devatas were all little afraid. Why they were afraid? Narasimha was roaring. They were trembling because Brahma especially was little trembling more. Because Brahma was the one who gave benediction to Hiranyakashipu. So he was little afraid. Lord may taunt me that. And it happened also. One shloka, Lord scolds him also. Hey Brahma, don't give benediction beyond your jurisdiction. Lord told him also. Sorry. You cannot sanction beyond what you can give. So, at that time, to pacify the Lord, they told Lakshmi. Lakshmi looked at Lord Narasimha and said, Sakshat Shri Preshita Devair Drishtva Tam Mahadadbhutam Adrishta Ashrita Purvatvat Na Upeya Yashankita. It is said, my husband has never been so angry like this. She said, this form is very, Ugra form is very frightening. I cannot pacify him, she said. I never seen him, I never heard that he can become so angry. He is an embodiment of love. Even though one sage kicked him on his chest, how humbly he behaved. Now he can be so angry, I didn't know, she said. And then Brahma told whom to go. So now, our Chakravarti Thakur Acharyas have given an explanation, overpowered by Leela Shakti, who made Lakshmi take a back seat. Therefore, Lakshmi did not come forward. Lakshmi came forward to garland the Lord and pacify him, then Prahlad would not have got prominence. But who is the pastime, hero of the whole pastime? Therefore, Lakshmi took a back seat. So that let Prahlad be glorified. Correct, no? Brahma and other devatas, they took a back seat. Lakshmi took a back seat. So that Prahlad can be put prominently. So in this way, this is an example of how even great devotees align with the Lord's will. Like Jambavan told, let Hanuman go to Lanka, although he was also capable. So devotees know the Lord's will, what should happen, and they don't want to promote themselves. They want to promote Lord's will. If this is Krishna's will, let that be accepted. So we do our part and depend on the Lord. One last example I'll give and I'll conclude. This Madhavendra Puri, he adopted one vritti called Ayachaka vritti. Ayachaka vritti means he would never beg from anybody any food. He just went and sat in Govindakund and went on chanting. And that Krishna saw that, and then at the night he came and gave him a pot of milk. Correct, no? So can we adopt Ayachaka Vritti? Very difficult, because if you don't ask, if nobody gives you, you know, you will not be able to eat. Even sometimes few days. Therefore, he adopted the Ajagar Vritti. Ayachaka Vritti is also the Ajagar snake, I told you, like that. Snake never begs, something comes up, which only accepts, like that. But what Goswamis did, they didn't adopt Ayachaka Vritti, they adopted Madhukari. They went door to door, accepted some rice, wheat, vegetables, and then they brought it and cooked it, because they were a preaching movement they had. ISKCON also collects from some donors, and then makes a bank balance, and then runs the temple projects, everything. Correct, no? So according to Deshkala Patra, different methods are adopted for livelihood. Charity is adopted. So therefore, sometimes pure devotees totally depend on the Lord, and we cannot imitate them. Like Jadabharata, he's spreading his neck when the dacoits are taking a chopper. Will any of you sitting like that? Imagine somebody is going to cut your head. How many of you will run away? Yeah, we should make our best effort to run, because the body is given to us by the Lord for performing devotional service, not to be cut by somebody. Correct, no? But he was so advanced in Krishna consciousness. He thought that Lord has put me in this place, and he has to, if he wants to, Rake Krishna Mare Ke, Hare Krishna Rake Ke. That was his consciousness. Very advanced. Prahlad also was like that. So the very pure, advanced, exalted devotees can be like that. And we don't have to imitate them. We can make our effort. But after making effort, what we should do? Be detached from the outcome. Don't dictate to the Lord. इतना effort किया है, आपको result देना ही पड़ेगा. You cannot say like that. Any questions? Is it clear? I had one skit. I suppose, yeah. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Bro, what we should do, like when, let's say, we are put in some management services and then we give services to devotees, and then they are not able to perform. So in that situation, like whether we should be completely detached or
But you are supposed to show the results to your superiors also. See, when you are put in a management situation, slowly you come to understand which devotee has what nature. Some devotees are slow to execute services. Some are quick. Some are irresponsible. You know, some people, they will nod the head very vigorously. I will do it. I will do it. They won't do it. You know. So therefore, what we should do in management, over a period of time, you can make assessment of who is who. Yeah. Like some emergency service, you know whom to call, who only can do it. Correct now. So we have to be responsible. Like once Prabhupada I told in Vrindavan that you know when I come to my room, when I return to India, there should be running water in the Prabhupada quarters. Prabhupada said, you should not bring it in a bucket. The tap should be working. They agreed. When Prabhupada came to his room, he went to the tap and opened it. Air was coming. You know. And Prabhupada called the construction man, one devotee. When he called, he said, just see, only air is coming. Why water is not coming? He said, wait a minute, Prabhupada. Then he called another devotee. Then that devotee called the third devotee. So 7 devotees were standing. He told him, he told him, he told him, he told him. Prabhupada said, what is this? Is this the answer for my question? He said, Prabhupada, I told him, Prabhupada. Then he has delegated to another person, another person. So Prabhupada said, you see, when I give you some service, you can delegate if you want, but the onus of completing the service is in your hands. You have to, so I will not blame any of these fellows. You have to be responsible. Correct, no? Similarly, if you are a manager, service given to you, you can take help of this devotee, that devotee, whatever, but ultimately at the end of the day, they will catch you only. Correct, no? So you have to get it done responsibly. And for that, say if one devotee is slow, you want the service in 7 days, you should tell him that you want in 3 days only. You have to tell him like that. But devotee is slow devotee. Because he will do only half job in 3 days. Then you push him, push him, push him. By the time 7th day, it will be over. You understand, no? So, therefore, we have to have that type of shrewdness in management. Management means, you know, you are able to get the work done from people, nicely. If you tell him 7 days, he will finish in 2 weeks. So you have to have a plan, correct now? Similarly, some people are forgetful. You know, if I tell somebody, Prabhuji can do this service. Yes, Prabhuji, he will say, but then he forgets. Then I tell the devotee, take a notebook and pen, note down. A faint pencil is better than a bright memory. You say, no? No? So, yeah, management is a very painful task, this. Getting service done from various devotees. Not all are properly situated devotees. Mm. And we should try our best to bring the outcome. But if the outcome didn't come, the way we expected, and we can say sorry to the senior, and the next time we can be more careful. You have to be a goal accomplishing manager as far as possible. Yeah. But sometimes it may happen that khoda pahad nikle chuya, wo bhi aadha mari we say, no? Sometimes all day you slogged hard, but nothing came out fruitful. Some days it happens like that because things didn't go the way you anticipated. Things didn't properly fall in line as you expected. Somebody became sick. Somebody forgot something. So it can happen. We shouldn't get frustrated. The whole idea is when things don't go your way as per your expectation, don't get wild, don't get depressed. That's the whole point. Because there are factors beyond us. Everything is not in our control. Correct, no? Can I show one skit, some of you an act, 2, 3 devotees? It's a I want to devotees. Please, you can read it. Rabi and Sham. I need 2 devotees. Rabi is naughty devotee. Little naughty devotee. Rabi. Yeah. Yeah, read it.
I think Shyam Prabhu,
Read the heading, skit heading.
depend on Lord or take ropes of my life in my own hand.
Yeah.
I think Shyam Prabhu, I will also have to copy in the placement test because everyone is copying.
Huh? Better, my mic is not working. This is not.
Better, let's check with our senior facilitator, Dharmaraj Prabhu.
Another devotee, third devotee. Give it to another devotee. Then Maharaj. Okay.
You say everyone copies. Is that really true? Is it such a test where the company needs 100 boys and only 50 are participating in the placement test?
No, Prabhu, there are only 20 placement seats and 200 boys are giving the test.
In case you also copy like others, will the invigilator catch you or will not mind you copying?
Oh, if he sees me copying, he catch me. It has to be hidingly done.
This means it is a malpractice, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu, but still many boys secretly copy. If I don't, I am afraid whether I will get placed at all. Times have changed. If you don't catch up with the world, we will be left behind. Till now, I have lost 3 such tests due to not copying.
Satyameva Jayate. Probably Krishna has not given you those 3 jobs because you may be placed in a far away cities where you may not get association of devotees. Keep trying, Prabhu. Krishna will soon arrange a nice job favorable for you. Krishna conscious.
Your words are my only hope that keeps me following the right path, Prabhu. I will do my best and leave it to Krishna to decide the rest.
Yes, Lord knows best who deserves what and which time.
1 month later, Ravi and Shyam come to meet Dharmaraj Prabhu. Ravi,
Prabhu, I cannot believe my eyes. I got placed in Microsoft with 10 lakhs per annum, Prabhu. This is even beyond my dreams. All jobs that I lost one by one were paying 3 lakhs per annum or 5 lakhs max. And I got placed in Bangalore where I will get to stay with devotees also. And most importantly, as your order, I did not copy anyone, Prabhu, in my placement test.
That is very good, Ravi. Keep this principle all through your life because you are Krishna's devotees and your example will be emulated by others. Hari Bol.
yeah. So depend on Krishna. Don't make plans of your own, and don't act independently. So as a devotee gives up his material desires out of love for Krishna, you see. He is willing to go forego his material desires and awaken love for Krishna. So but therefore the best course of action in life, especially while making serious decisions, like career, marriage, place of settlement, future plans, and all that is to see what is favorable for Krishna consciousness, what is not, to prefer options that will lead to spiritual material balance, to consult our superiors and spiritual guardians for their suggestions, not get carried away by greed, passion, or unhealthy comparison with materialists. Some people got a very good material life but away from devotees. To see those as spiritual above us. So this is very another nice drama. Read that. Riding on our own.
Riding on our own mental chariot makes us go mad and astray. Shyam, what's your future plan after engineering?
I am thinking of taking a tuition job which will fetch me good money as well as time for Krishna consciousness.
That's all right, but who will look at you? Look at you. I doubt whether any father will want to give his daughter in marriage to a boy who just takes tuitions and does not have a prestigious job in an IT company.
But I see all IT fellows slogging all day, leaving early in the morning and returning late at night. I don't want to be one, Ravi Prabhu. I wish to serve Hari Guru and Vaishnava sincerely all my life and go back to Godhead in this very life.
Come on, all these outlandish utopian ideas are only good for a textbook, not in practical life.
What is your plan, Ravi Prabhu?
I have already cleared GRE and TOEFL and got a MS seat in Pennsylvania State University, and I will be living in coming August to USA. Only scholarships are not yet assured, but I will find some way to pay the fee and complete my MS in 2 years. Also, I will be taking up a job after MS in USA and earn solid money after that.
Then, do you have a plan to return to India after that? Back to this community of devotees? I was wondering what plans have you made for your Krishna conscious protection?
That's one small detail which I will work out after going to West. Srila Prabhupada has preached all over the world, and there should be some devotees everywhere, Shyam. Anyway, we have the bad beat bag to chant our rounds, and Srila Prabhupada books are there for studying. If temple and devotees are not nearby, what can we do? We have to adjust. My goal of life is to become a big billion-dollar businessman in West. Otherwise, what's the use in life by becoming a chota-mota engineer in India?
And once you become so big, will you also donate some money to our Guru for propagating Krishna consciousness? That will be wonderful assistance to Srila Prabhupada's mission.
That's always there. First, we should grow in life, Prabhu. Then we can do something for God and other. Timid people haven't done anything great in their life. I want to be an adventurous one and shake up the world. Srila Prabhupada said, aim at the rhino. Therefore, I have decided to aim big in my life by going to USA.
That I think Prabhupada said in contest of expanding Krishna consciousness movement. I haven't heard we have to expand our material life at the cost of spiritual life. Anyway, if you have consulted your counselor about your plans and made your decisions, then there is nothing to worry, Ravi Prabhu.
Once I go to USA, I'm planning to write an email to him about my future plans. Sometimes counselor put stumbling blocks in our material progress in the name of Krishna consciousness. I don't want to cross him. Instead, I will inform him over a period of time. But you should not tell anything to our counselor about my USA plans as of now, okay?
Okay, Prabhu, I won't. Whatever your wish. I'll miss your wonderful association now after 2 weeks from now when our engineering course ends, Prabhu.
I too, but I think we'll get some new friends wherever we go. We should accept facts of life as things unfold and not be too sentimental, Prabhu, about being together and not leaving our devotee community, etc.
After 10 years, Ravi and Shyam meet one another in the local ISKCON temple. Shyam was married with a devotee girl arranged by his guru and now has one son and one daughter, both studying in Bhaktivedanta Model School. Shyam himself does tuitions for 4 hours a day and serves in temple for 6 hours a day in the Sankirtan department on the order of the spiritual master. And Ravi during MS had to wash cars and work in a night shift in a hotel as a waiter between 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. to earn his college fee and personal expenses. Seeing his Indian friends picking up American girlfriends, Ravi also chose friendship of Lucy, whom he married 2 years after MS and had a son and a daughter. In the following years, Ravi's business was very demanding due to cutthroat competition in the market. Not finding enough time for family, children, Krishna consciousness and business nosediving, leading to big losses, Ravi realized that return to India to join his father's business would save him from further downfall in the USA. Besides that, his children were picking up bad company in the West. With all this in mind, Ravi returned to India.
Haribol, Ravi Prabhu, I feel so joyful to see you.
You look like an angel from Vaikuntha, Shyam Prabhu, while I appear covered over the mustache and beard, and due to my lifestyle in West, I'm sorry for this bad appearance.
What is the problem with external appearance, Prabhu? You and I are both fortunate souls to be trained in our Krishna consciousness during our college days in voice. We are both blessed equally.
Whatever it is, I have wasted my 10 years till now. My American wife refuses to come to India. I have left her in the West with my small daughter. I have brought my son here and want to put him in Bhaktivedanta Model School to save him from bad company. I also have joined my father's textile business here. I faced a serious business loss in the West. I think I have acted independently without any guidance from my seniors who are my genuine well-wishers. Chasing after money and success, I became blinded to Krishna consciousness and genuine welfare.
We are very happy that you will be with us, Rabi. Don't worry about the past. Now you are in the right place, temple. Srila Prabhupada said, my temples are in Vaikuntha. Our counselor was deeply concerned about your welfare and he will be very happy to see you. Please go and meet him.
I'm only a bit apprehensive whether he will be upset seeing my plight.
No, Prabhu. His heart is full of affection for you. He keeps inquiring about you every now and then. And our other friends who are in touch with you through email have been informing him about your situation in West. Our counselor wrote a couple of mails to you and didn't get any reply. He has been always concerned about you. He will be ecstatic to meet you. Come, I will take you, Prabhu.
I also came to know that you got married to a devotee girl and have two beautiful devotee children. And your parents have purchased you a house in a colony next to our NVCC temple. I also heard you work in the temple half the day and reporting to Guru Maharaj directly. My Lord, how blessed your life has become, Shyam, due to depending on Guru's guidance at every step in your life.
It's all Guru Maharaj's blessing, Rabbi Prabhu. I am nobody. I am simply foolish and had no great qualification in college also. But by blessings of Hari, Guru and Vaishnava, I am what I am today. It's your great heart that you see some good in me, Prabhu. Come, let's go and take darshan of deities and meet our counselor.
I hope to recover from losses and become polished in my Krishna consciousness too in the next few years, Shyam Prabhu. I need your support and inspiration.
I am your servant, Prabhu, and we both know each other for over 15 years. I feel great joy after meeting you. Now that you are back in India, let's joyfully practice Krishna consciousness together, Ravi Prabhu. Hari Bol!
Hari Bol! I feel like having come back to my home by coming to temple.
Yes, this is the real home of every jiva, the eternal, blissful and permanent home. Hari Bol!
For this drama I wrote many years before I I started going to America. Now I want people in America now. This I wrote some 10 years ago. So basically, what did you understand from this kid? Anybody? What lesson you understood? Yes? Ah, if you don't, generally what happens when you make material plans, they look very colorful, very attractive, and we fail to include the Krishna factor and our spiritual security, spiritual safety. And that doesn't appear to be very important at that time. Huh? Like imagine one of you got a job in a remote place in India. Huh? Like one Pune boy, he came and said, Prabhu, I got a job in Patal Ganga. Huh? Uh, Prabhuji, I'm getting a very fat salary. Huh? Very wonderful. Then devotees asked him, is there any college, any voice center, or any temple? He said, that's the one small problem, Prabhu. Otherwise, everything else is very nice. Prabhupada's books are there, I can always read. So even he went there, in 1 or 2 years, became very weak. Huh? He could not chant properly. He had no association. He stopped keeping in touch with devotees online also. Huh? So, because he didn't make any plans for his spiritual life, correct now? So, why do we consult seniors? Because you have to make a balanced plan between material and spiritual. Huh? The Prabhupada says your fever goes to 105, 106 degree Fahrenheit. It's very dangerous. We are not saying bring it to zero, bring it to 98.6. Huh? Spiritual material balance is required, correct now? So, for that we need consultation. So, in this drama, Ravi acted independently or in consultation? He acted independently, correct now? Because of which, although he went abroad, he made some money and then he had many losses and everything, got slaps and whips. So neither the material life nor spiritual life he could succeed. Now he's coming to his senses now, correct now? Yeah. Any other lesson you learnt? Hmm. Shyam did not see Ravi as fallen. Huh? He saw that he is my friend. He always is seeing the positive in Ravi, something good in Ravi also. So this is something very important in any community. If a community has to be accommodating people who will go through ups and downs. If you are going to reject people, Prabhupada said, don't remove them, reform them, he said. So that's one nice also, yeah. And another thing we find with Shyam is, his life is simple, but it's very sublime. Huh? Maybe he's doing some job, but the job affords him time for seva. The job also is affording him good association also. Although he may not be making very big money. So, because spiritual credits you carry with you at the time of death, not the material goods. They all will be washed away. Huh? Yeah. I have a question to all of you. Say, you know that you should depend on your superiors for decision making, take their guidance, and also you should align with Lord's will. Sometimes your mind feels that if I reveal my plans and superior says no, huh, that time it may be difficult for me to accept, isn't it? So some people, what they think, better I don't inform now. I don't ask any suggestion now. Later on I'll inform. They think like that, correct? No? So what should one do in such a situation? Yeah. Okay, he's saying think of long term, he's saying. Huh? What will happen long term? Anybody else want to add to that? Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
He can write in a mail or something, like if he doesn't want to speak his heart directly, he can
Yeah.
write an email.
Yeah, we can express that, Prabhu, I have a desire to do these things in my life. Like sometimes what happens, with some brahmacharis, in those days I've been telling, don't go for UPSC. Most people don't crack it. Huh? Just be a simple devotee. You can do so much in ISKCON and all. But later on, frustration comes after 10 years that if I was allowed to go for UPSC, I would be a big bureaucrat of India now. So I always tell the devotees, don't stop if somebody wishes to make an effort to try to go for such position or things like that. Because if he tries 2-3 times and wants to give up, he may give up. And in case he may crack also and get through, then he may not have so much time like right now, but he can do big services at a top, bigger influence. Correct, no? So the seniors also should give guidance in a very qualitative manner, that they should say that, see, if you take this direction, you will get this. If you take this direction, these are the possibilities. Now, whatever decision you make, you take responsibility. That's how senior should guide. Take responsibility for your decision. Mm. So, we don't dictate anyone. Don't do this, don't do that. If you do this, these are the consequences. Be prepared for the consequences. Like for example, yeah.
They ask that why do you want to join UPSC or anything. The devotee replies he wants to serve in the higher authority or something like that. But the suggestion comes from the senior is that okay, then better you don't need to become that higher authority. Then you can convert the higher authority into devotee. Then he will manage the thing. So like that also the suggestions come,
Yeah.
rather than involving him
Yes.
to.
That is also a good idea. But then, say 1 year you spend trying to meet multiple IAS officers and trying to make them devotees. Then that will give you an idea whether is it possible or not. Because they are so busy. To make IAS officer and devotee may take much more effort. As much as or even more than when you yourself write a UPSN. You are already ready-made devotee, correct, na? Gauranga Prabhu, and also in Delhi also there is a group. What these people are trying to do, they are getting the UPSC practitioners, those are going for the exam, about 20-25 of them, and giving them free prasad, free accommodation, in GV and other places, telling them just come and chill out here, enjoy the atmosphere, study well here, take free prasad, everything. And 2, 3, 4 years these fellows work hard. Some of them cracked also, got through. But those who get through, they are very grateful that when we were a student, this place was given. So then they start coming there, again connecting, and then they do something good for ISKCON later. Gauranga Prabhu said this is a zero expenditure, or it's not a big expenditure for them. Just giving them prasad and a nice place in GV, correct, no? Gauranga Prabhu said we don't have much time to cultivate them also now. Now do they have time to get cultivated also? Because those guys are super busy beyond the nose. Every day they study 18 hours, So, but he said, simply being here, sometimes they come for Arati or Darshan, sometimes they take part in the Kirtan, but the rest of the time they keep studying. So, Gauranga Prabhu said that we are hoping that some future IAS officers will come out of this. They are trying like that. So, same thing I said, like in Pune, we have BMS, Bhakti Model School. The director of our school had a plan to start about dozen schools in different places. I told him it will involve tremendous administration. Instead of that, you make a kind of software, which will teach 100 schools, what are the spiritual principles that you instituted in your school. Then your outreach will be much more, going to, 100 schools. Rather than you starting 5 to 10 schools and managing all the headache of administration. Correct, no? Which means you supply the spiritual software. That kind of thing I told him. He's trying to do that now. So, but in case they have a very strong desire to start schools oneself, then we won't apply pressure. We'll tell them, okay, you are ready to take responsibility, do it. Correct, no? I feel that the individual should be given the freedom, according to me. We don't have to dictate them terms. Similar thing with brahmachari grihastha also. Some boys are like borderline. They don't know whether to join brahmachari or take grihastha. So I tell them, go and spend time with 4 or 5 brahmacharis, seniors. Ask them many, many questions you want. Then go to 4 or 5 grihastha couples who are very successful in the grihastha ashram. Go and see their home, how they made the altar, how they worship, what services they do. After talking to both sides, 5 here, 5 that side, then you note some points and do some reflection, then decide. Then whatever you feel comfortable, you decide that. In this case, what happens? The decision is made by whom? By the individual. On the contrary, if a senior says, I have seen you, you will be a good brahmachari, you just join. Then then tomorrow when he has to leave, he feels uneasy. So therefore, we don't dictate terms. But if somebody is embarking on a prohibited path, then we have to clearly say that you cannot do this. This is not proper. Because like for example, somebody want to copy in the exam, we cannot sanction it. Similarly, somebody want to join a company where the four regulatory principles are broken, like it's a liquor company or a meat industry or things like that. You have to tell them the truth. See, your current situation is like one student in the abroad, he has to work in a hotel night 9 p.m. to morning 9 a.m. for paying his MS fee. But in the hotel, he has to serve meat. So it's a very serve liquor, serve meat. It's come from Brahmana boy from India. But he has to do that service, otherwise he can't earn money. Very unfortunate situation. I told him that look for another job in the place of this job. Once you get it, you jump from this to that. Trying now. Right now. But we have to tell them the truth. We can't say that you are a devotee, everything is all right. We cannot say like that. Prohibited things we have to clearly mention. Now it is almost time for your prasad. Pretty late for you. Shri Prabhupada ki. Jai. Thank you.